Hey, it's Jai from Square One Fitness. Are you the type of person that just gets injured time after time? So you'll start training and then boom, you get an injury. And then that stops your training progress, that stops your results, that stops everything for you. You have to wait for that to heal up. And then you start back up again for then to just train a couple more weeks and then boom, another injury. If you're that type of person, then there's two things that could be going wrong that you need to focus on. So you need to pull back on the things that you're doing that's creating the injury, and you need to work on flexibility and core strength. Flexibility being the big one, because if you don't have the flexibility, if you don't have a full range of movement, then when you're doing strength-based exercises, you're most likely doing it in a poor postural position. So then that's going to incorporate other muscles to take over and kind of like balance out, but they're not used to working in that range of movement. So maybe you're overstraining certain muscles, maybe smaller muscles, and then that's creating injury. But if you have a full range of movement, then you can set, say for example, your shoulders back, or you can just get your hips into the right position, and then that's going to allow the right muscles to activate for those specific exercises. And when you're activating the correct muscle groups, then you can just develop that strength without having to worry about going into injury. And then you can get momentum because you'll be able to stay consistent with your training without injury. So flexibility is so huge, and really you should be stretching every day if you are working out a lot, or at least on the days that you're training. As many times as you're training, you want to be stretching as well. So that's one of the key things. And the other thing is developing a strong core. So if you're not focusing on core strength exercises and you're more focused on just, maybe other bigger muscle group exercises, maybe you like to work your back muscles and your legs and, your chest and things like that, then you have to also prioritize the core. Because for example, if you've got a heavy barbell on your back and you're doing squats, you can hurt your back if you don't have a strong core. You can't brace your core properly. So that's just one example, but it comes up with every exercise. You need to be able to activate your core and have a strong core to be able to increase progress with all of the other movements. So there's two main areas to focus on. There is getting flexible and building up your core strength. And so what I have in the description below is a link to a free core and stretch workout. It's a follow along workout that I've made for you. So you just hit play and you just follow along. So there's no weights or any requirement of exercise equipment. So you can just do it at home and just literally follow along. It goes for about half an hour. And we start off with some core exercises, and then we finish off with some key stretches that are really going to help you to just move your body in a greater range of movement. You're going to get more blood flow into the joints and into the muscles, and that's going to just help even just to relieve general pain. So if you wake up in the morning in pain, then you'll notice that to slowly start to deteriorate and go away over time. That pain will just go away, because you've got more blood flow, more range of movement. The less range of movement you have, then the less blood flow you get into each particular joint, and then that just leads to, just more of the same problem. So you definitely want to target your flexibility. That's going to be the priority if you're always stopping and starting with your training because you're constantly getting injured. And then again, just building up that core, doing specific core exercises, and that's just going to help you to just build strength and build momentum and progress throughout your entire training program. So use the link that's in the description below, download that 30-minute workout. It's completely free, and get started today on removing that pain so that you can start to build consistency, so that you can actually see some positive changes in your body and actually start to see that change happen that should happen from consistent training.